Hey everyone, it's Sonya here. Welcome back to my show, the Sonya Janisse Show, the I Am podcast, helping you realign with that version of you who you truly are. I am super excited that I've been talking about this show for a bit now. This is mine 200th episode. And I have a very special guest with us today. Look at this. I'm so excited. I'm tripping over my words again, practicing my dyslexiousness. Is that even a word? Owning my neurodivergency because it is who I am. And this is exactly what we welcome on this show is you being who you are. So without any further ado, I want you to interact with us a little bit today. There will be some giveaways. I plan on giving away my book, Your Story Matters, and that will be for the person who can relate the most with Ramona's story. And here's the thing, we don't know yet what she's talking about. So you're going to want to listen to the show. Email me, SonyaJanisse at gmail.com. And make sure you put in the subject line 200th episode. And what you're going to be doing in this one is you're going to be letting me know which one of Ramona's stories that you can relate to the most as we go about it. And Ramona, I don't have a book. So do you want to hold it up? I don't know what happened to my book. Um, There we go. Your Story Matters, the very first book that I put together. It's a self-love, self-awareness workbook. And I know Ramona is excited to tap into this today. So before we go too far, I want you to know that I've known Ramona since 2023. We were at a job fair and she somehow knew, and she said this more than once, that I didn't belong there. We were introduced by mutual friends. We seriously locked eyes across the room, as corny as that sounds, as two full-grown adults. But we were certainly destined to meet, and I would completely agree with that. 2 years later, Ramona's been helping me on my business as she's been peeling back different layers of her own onion and getting closer and closer to what's truly in the center, her journey towards health and happiness. She's quoted here that there's magic in learning something new about ourselves. And it's taking many years for Ramona to learn how to shed negative thoughts, energy, and the habits in her life that were not serving her. Even to be able to admit this and share this is huge, Ramona. You know, she fully admits that she's a work in progress. And if she could give any advice today, it would be to keep on working on you. There is no limit to what you can achieve, but if you don't try, you'll never know. Ramona has indeed worked through my book, the Design Your Life Your Way Guidebook. That is the smaller one, the thinner one, the Getting Started Guide, if you would. And then, there we go, the Getting Started Guide. And then she has, I believe, started to work on the Self-Love, Self-Awareness workbook as well. Is that correct? Yes, awesome. Okay. So there's been a lot of work. Some days and nights got missed, but she followed through. And what she found was how encouraging the process was and how it changed her life in terms of wisdom. Wisdom that's always been within that now came to the surface. And today for my 200th episode, I want to invite and welcome my very special guest, a dear friend of mine, Remona Johnson. Remona has quite the journey, which I am actually going to let her share the rest and tell me a little bit more. Tell us a little bit more, Remona, about your journey, about you, your family. Your turn.
Yes. Hi, Sonya. Thank you so much for having me on your 200th episode. I am honored. This is so exciting and a little scary, nervous. I'm feeling I'm going to be vulnerable here. I'm going to have to read my Brene Brown book after this, but
Atlas of the heart, right?
that's right. Um, I grew up in Saskatchewan. I was trying to think, am I a first or second generation immigrant? I guess my parents brought me here, so I think that makes me second generation. And we came from India via England, and I grew up in a small town. And I think that really shaped who I am. I'm a prairie girl and I'm a small town girl. And when I grew up and wanted to go to university, I decided I wanted to be an electrical engineer. And I told my parents I'm moving to Waterloo. And they said, "We're coming with you." And that's just the kind of family life that I had. We were tight knit in the way that we were cultural. And this weekend, we're celebrating Diwali, which is a Hindu Christmas, it's a Hindu big
Mm,
celebration, the biggest one of the year. And that just comes to show that, after all these years of being away from my family, growing up, becoming an adult, and having my own family, we still celebrate the things that we did even when we were children with my mom, dad, my brother, sister. And today I'm living in the same town as Sonia, so we're very close in distance, but we don't get to see each other as often as we should. And that's
life.
a regret that I'd love to change. Although some people say there should be no regrets in life, but I feel like we could rewind 2 years from what we met and have like had coffee every day if we wanted to.
Could
Um,
have.
could have, right? Like it shoulda, coulda, woulda. But the things that I'm seeing now in my life that I should have done this and I should have gone back a year and done that. Well, we can't go back in time. We don't have that time machine yet. But I want to be able to see things forward thinking, strategize 2 steps ahead. I've always been told in team sports, you think 2 steps ahead. And I never did team sports, but I learned how to engage my core at some point in my life. And I realized that's really important. You need your core. So there's so many things that I've learned from Sonya between like how to live a healthy life, learn about your core values, eating healthy on a budget, exercising, having a great mindset. So these are the amazing things that Sonya has brought into my life, and I really want to cherish them and go further. And I know Sonya wants to take me further, but she's been waiting because I haven't been there yet. I haven't been ready, and hopefully this first live coaching session that we're doing together is going to bring me to that barrier, that hurdle that I've been waiting for, right? That's just been hanging over me, waiting for me to catch up. And I hope that I'm there because I'm seeing the past 2 years where I've been looking for a full-time job in healthcare and I've been trying to figure out if I'm confident enough, skilled enough, and trying to get those self-doubts out of my mind. And there's so many people out there who tell you, let me teach you how to not procrastinate. Let me teach you how to have confidence. Let me teach you how to get that career that pays 6 figures. And you get bombarded by so much out there. And every time I thought about joining somebody else, Sonia's always had my back and said, why don't you just work with me? Because Sonia has all those skills to teach you those things that people out there are also advertising. It's just you have to be in the right mindset to accept it so that it can work, right? Like these classes are costly with other people, and Sonia's offering this with me as a trade because I've been working with her, and we really we jive so well that I know I can be on board to learn so much from her. And she is such an enthusiastic reader. I wish I could be that way. I haven't picked up a book in 10 years, I feel like, but there's so much that I can learn, and I know it's going to take work. And that's where I really have to dedicate the right time management skills, getting my habit tracker in check, and figuring out how do I get this being part of my life, progressing, improving, because this is where I've always wanted to be, even since a child. I always thought I'm going to be that person on a mountain meditating and levitating because we can get there. We can be that person, but we have to do a lot of work. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, just as, automatically I'm going to become an adult and I'm going to be awesome. But no, actually, we get worse as we become adults because we pick up bad habits. And I'll tell you, I have a 10-year-old son and I have a husband of 11 years. And the people that we surround ourselves with are a lot of who we get influenced by. Some people are stronger and they influence others, but I'm the other way around. I'm very impressionable. And so I want to start being me, the true me, who I'm meant to be, who I want to be, and finding out that through my core values, which was step one of the Design Your Life Your Way, which is actually like the fundamental step, which maybe should have been revisited throughout the 30 days because I'm not sure if I got my core values correct. But that's the number one that I've always been told, that you need to know who you are and what you want to make your life go your way. And that's where we are today. And I'm looking forward to hearing what Sonya has to quiz me on. And I'm really glad to be here. And I hope Sonya will also come join me on my podcast sometime. It's called What Should We Call It? And as a guest on my show sometime in the future. But this is a really great way to change things up a little bit and let me be vulnerable. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you for all of that, the honesty. And yes, of course, Ramona, I would love to be a guest on your show. And we talked a little bit behind camera, and even using clips of this and adding it to your show, that'd be an honor to me as well to support you on your journey, because I can see how you glow as you're talking about this, as you shared about who you are and what you do. There is something I want to catch, or I want to go over before I forget. So I do want to catch it. On a mountain, meditating, and
Levitating.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. If you are self-actualized, you should be able to lift off the ground. Now, I am sitting here in a witch's hat and a Freddy Krueger dress, so yes, call me crazy. But I mean,
It's
I
okay.
believe, right? I
I
believe.
have a magic wand, dear.
There
I
you
have a
go,
magic
right?
wand.
Magic exists, unicorns exist. I didn't even know narwhals existed until I watched the movie Elf. So, I mean, narwhals are just unicorns in the water, aren't they? I mean, they exist. They're real.
See? See? Actually, Hudson was over, no, not Hudson. Hudson knows better. Chopper, who's our newer dog.
Yeah.
I have a unicorn in here. It's red and it has my name on it. And Tony gave it to me the first year we met. I
Yeah.
think he thought like I live on the clouds or something. Or he was just, I mean, there's been constant reminders of unicorns over the years, as a matter of fact. Anyway,
Mhm.
it was laying upstairs in the on the carpet, and Chopper, I'm like, Chopper, and this is our new dog. And I'm like, no, 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 it's my
Don't eat
unicorn.
that.
I need that. Kind of like,
It's
go
like your
ahead.
token because
Yeah.
I've heard you talk about this unicorn more than once, and you always mention Tony gave it to you. And I think when you say it's his way of knowing that I had my head in the clouds, but I'm also thinking it's his way of knowing that he met you and he just loved you. He just found
I
love with
think
who
I
you
think so.
are.
Yeah.
Because you got
Yeah.
magic and you got sparkle too. So
Oh, girl.
he was not bothered by the fact that this girl is a unicorn chaser, but I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna take her one day and just, she's gonna be mine.
You're so funny. Okay, so there's a couple things that you brought about. And the first thing I want to bring up is readiness.
Yes.
Yeah, so what makes today different?
It's tough, even as you said it just now. Like, are you ever ready? Is anybody ever really ready? This is tough. But I guess the only thing I can identify with is when you go to the gym and the trainer says, are you ready to make a change in your life today? Are you ready to lose weight? And you're like, yeah, whatever, because you're going to
Okay.
pay them thousands of dollars and everybody's going to be happy, right? So, are you really ready, or are you ready to work and listen with the person who's going to help you to change your life? Because they're willing to help you and you're willing to listen, and maybe that's all it takes.
Well, and you know, there's so much there. Like you do need to be ready. You
Yeah.
you need to be, if you're not ready, if you're not getting, like, did you get a gut response then to say yes, do this?
Not yet, not yet. I
Not
know we both needed to record podcasts, so I'm
no.
like,
Okay,
let's do
so kind
it.
of like, let's do it. Okay, so there was
But it's also like, let's say that this is our dip our toe in the cold water, right? I know that
okay,
water's cold. I know I'm not gonna like that cold plunge.
okay,
But yet say, by Christmas, I'm starting to see the world differently, right?
okay,
Because I'm already starting, like the gears are turning real slow. It's almost like a clock, but let's get that clock going like steam power, right?
got it.
So by
Okay,
2026, I'm on the run and nothing's going to stop me right then because I got my momentum, right?
Okay, so I hope you guys can hear this. Not everybody responds with a hell yes or a hell no.
Right.
There are 5 different elements to human design, and I'm not going to go over this now,
Yeah.
but 70% of the population needs to go by their gut. The other 30% respond differently. If you don't know who you are, go to my link tree and do the step 1. Okay. I just wanted to throw that in there because for many people, they need that readiness comes with the hell yes. They're going to go buy the sneakers or buy the clothes or throw the food out. They've taken, oh, gotta be careful if I'm talking with my hands. There's no lid on that. But they're fired up, right?
Okay.
They they're ready to run away from their past life and run towards something even better and bigger and bolder and more suited for them.
Okay.
Just because you're not screaming from the inside
Mhm.
does not mean, just like you said, that you're not ready to put your foot in the water and
Mhm.
see where it takes you. And if you can get used to it, maybe you'll go up to your calves. And if it's
Yeah.
not too bad, maybe you'll go to your knees. So
Yes.
today, as we're talking, is asking, as you know, I like you to be authentic and honest with yourself and go with your gut and not your head.
Mhm.
Go to where you're comfortable.
I
Okay.
like that. I like that because they
But
say you don't grow until you move out of your comfort zone, but who wants to be there?
but take yourself there. Like
Right?
let yourself go as comfortable as you'll go
To the edge.
and be okay with it.
Right.
See, it doesn't matter as we're working, it doesn't matter if we peel back tick, ticks, 6 layers of an onion, 10
Yes.
layers of an onion, or 1 layer that so happens to be the first one that's like the biggest layer you can get.
Yeah, it
There,
could
there
be.
is no right, wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have had, and you brought this up as well. You brought up a couple things. I'm gonna take it one piece at a time.
Okay.
You did a good job of sharing with us what your background looked like.
Thank you. I
And
thought I rambled a bit.
no, 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 it's great because it's context. It
Okay.
tells us, first of all, the uphill battle that you and your parents faced,
Yes.
whether it was discussed or not discussed. You mentioned about your holiday, which gives away your religion, which is again a place of vulnerability and being real and is very much welcomed on this show. And happy Diwali,
Diwali, that's right. Yeah.
Diwali. There you go. I'm saying it a bit early, sending my love and intentions. And Ramona and I have been friends for years, and this is the first time I'm discovering this because it doesn't matter. It's not why we're friends. It's not why we're connected. But you also spent some time sharing with us that you don't want to spend so much time looking back. You want to spend more time looking forward.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm going to take you through an exercise before we unpack and do
Ooh,
anything else.
okay.
So I haven't done this one in a while. Put your arms out.
Okay. All right. I got a
Okay.
wall.
You got a wall. It doesn't matter. Go for
Okay.
the visual here. And if you're not seeing the video here, the arms are stretched out like a T. And I want you to look to your left. And for the
Oh,
sake of the camera, I am going to
yes.
bring my hands in
Okay.
and show you between your hands and your wrist towards your left is your birth.
Okay.
Okay. Now, all the way up your hand to now
Yeah.
is now. This is your past.
Wow. Okay.
Your left is your past. Here is your now.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're looking at the right.
Okay.
I'm going to bring my fingertips in for the sake of the visual. Your fingertips to your hand signifies your death and end of life.
Wow.
Okay. All the way here, if we look to the right, which is opposites to each other, but that's okay. If we
Yes.
look to the right, to our wrists, that is the rest of our life.
Mhm. The
Okay.
future we haven't lived yet.
The future we haven't lived yet. So now look to
Mhm.
your left.
Okay.
Okay. Think about whatever jumps out of your mind. And here is the thing you have survived every single thing you have gone through up until now, right? Moving forward on the tracks here, looking to our right, this is exactly where we are. The habits, the activities, the things we do today bring us to where we want to be, which is to our right wrist. You can face the camera now if you want. So this is the part that we can plan and control. Okay. So for an exercise right now, I want you to actually think of your wrists and your fingers
Okay.
of
On the
the
left.
right,
Of the right.
of the
Yep.
right.
Which is my
Okay.
death.
So with it, which is your death. So we all know
Mhm.
it's going to happen at some point in some time.
Yeah.
I want you to pause for a second. You can close your eyes. I'm going to ask you, you're on your deathbed. And what is it that you wish you would have done differently? Take a second and think about it. You're laying on your deathbed, knowing that you're about to die. You have maybe minutes or hours or days, but that's it. So you've got a few hours to think about this question.
Yeah, it's a tough
What
one. Yeah, it's
do you,
tough
what,
to imagine your life today thinking you've got still so many years left, let's hope, to do those things. But seeing yourself at your deathbed, then have I done all those things, right?
and what are those things?
Yeah. And the
What
things
are
that
those things that matter to you? Are those the values that you wrote down? Are those the goals that matter?
yeah.
And okay, I was just checking to see if I had a note there to go over with you because I do have my values here. And I don't know if
Ah,
I have my goals here or not, but it doesn't matter. I'll circle back to it. So now fast forward to your fingertips, you're dead.
okay. Yes.
You're at your funeral.
From here, yeah, deathbed
Yes.
to in
The
the ground.
funeral. What do you want people to say at your eulogy?
Yeah.
What legacy are you leaving behind? So as we're going through the rest of this chat, um, if ideas or when ideas come to mind, jot them down.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, send it to your. Ooh, I almost said that trick again. That's super too. Send it to your phone. Write it in the chat, and you can capture it later. Write it on a piece of paper. You
Yes.
never know when inspiration's going to hit. Okay, but
Right.
and this is the same thing for the listeners. Think about that. This is a fundamental coaching session where the goal is to think in the future. The goal to that is to reverse engineer your wishes and wants, to put them into an actual plan. And the only way we can do this is by shaking off the current spider webs, right? So, feelings of vulnerability. I can tell you based on what I know of you, I can tell you based on a report that you've done in the past, your alignment assessment,
Yeah.
that vulnerability has to do with being comfortable in your own skin. Okay. What would that feel like, Remona?
Yeah. I'm realizing that vulnerability is so many things. And Brene Brown talks about it so much, but like examples. What are examples, right? It's not, streaking through a corporate conference. Like that's bravery, sure, but not smart. But it's not just being authentic and, being true to yourself, but it could be being seen, right?
Being
Like if
seen.
you're vulnerable, you're asking for help. And I
Yep.
realize that I don't ask for help a lot. I don't like to delegate. I like it done right. And being like, I always thought of myself as somebody who doesn't get embarrassed easily. So I thought I'm not vulnerable. But that's maybe one thing, right? Somebody who gets embarrassed easily probably does not like to be vulnerable, does not like to be made fun of. Um, yeah. Or talking to people who hurt you, having that conversation, when you said that, that really hurt me. You are putting yourself out there and you are telling them that you are hurt. You're being honest, but you're making yourself look like the lesser person when you do that. It's hard.
It is hard. And so when it comes to speaking your voice,
Yeah.
when it comes to being seen under the umbrella of vulnerability, does that sit with you?
Sorry, say that again.
Under the umbrella of vulnerability,
Yes.
how does being seen or speaking your voice sit with you?
Yeah. Like, because that's where I'm thinking about my funeral. Would people say the things that I expect them to say? And maybe they wouldn't because I'm not seen and I'm not heard. So the people that do see me, will they speak or will the people who are closest to me speak? And they're going to say something that I'm going to be rolling in my grave. Like, that's not me. What are you talking about?
So
Right?
you're
So,
let me stop for just a second. You're
yes.
already putting two and two together.
Yeah.
You've
Right. Ready
already
to,
jumped to the conclusion of your funeral. It's okay. I just want to break this down
yeah.
because I don't think this would have happened so quickly in your past,
Okay.
even a year ago.
That's true. Yeah.
Based on what I know of you now and the way you responded to that, you immediately drew the conclusion of, I don't know if my feelings of what I'm worried about right now, that's going to help me feel like I want to be seen and I want to speak my voice. I'm
Yes.
just reflecting what you said in
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
words.
That's right. Yeah.
And being able to do these things means I'm comfortable being vulnerable.
Right.
But I don't know at my funeral right now, the way I currently am, if people would notice these things about me.
Right.
Okay. These
Yeah.
things are important to you. Within
Mhm.
seconds, these came out.
Yeah.
So
Right.
is that new?
I don't know because nobody's asked me what people would say. I imagine who would come to my funeral, but I did not imagine what would be said. Um, and I think this between last year and this year, a lot of therapy has happened. So yeah, like now I feel like I should write a eulogy and be like, this is what I want you to say about me.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
but
Perfect. Do it.
also what we expect of others, right? And, like I would think you would at least note this, this, and this about me. But once we're gone, right?
Well, and you kind of hit a couple variables there. What we did together. So if you're not aligned with the current outcome, if you think the current outcome of what people are going to say at your funeral is completely different than the person you are right now, maybe a black and white difference,
Yes,
there's an opportunity for you to have an area to focus.
exactly. And so
Okay.
I
On
know where this is going. I can
okay,
actually write my own eulogy today for
perfect.
myself, not for
Yes,
somebody else, right?
exactly. You're not leaving this for your husband to say about you or your best friend to say at your funeral. This
Yes,
is, are you living in alignment to the person that you want to leave behind?
true. Yep. And then
And
be that person, right?
and then start, well, we're not going to jump to that. Thank you for bringing that up because
Right.
that's showing your readiness in different ways. Okay, your
Good.
language, your feedback. For those that are listening and not watching, Ramona is nodding her head as we're talking. She's completely like, yes, yes.
I
So it's
get
not
it.
just a simple, oh, okay, like she's there. Her body language is showing her readiness.
Yes.
Whether which contradicts what she said earlier.
Am I really ready? My
Are
gut
you
didn't
really
tell me
ready?
so.
Your
Yes.
gut didn't tell you, but your body language is screaming it as we got a little bit more comfortable.
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, write your eulogy, write it for yourself. Are you putting yourself in a position to be seen in areas that matter to you? And if you're not, this is the second thing that you said, you wanted to jump in with both feet here.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of jumping in with both feet, it's a matter of what small change can I easily do differently today for fluidity? Here I go again in my routines and in my life so I can keep it up. Okay, like what small change?
Small
Speaking
changes,
your
right?
voice, speaking your voice. Now it's interesting because when you did your alignment assessment,
Yeah.
this was a while back,
Okay.
And I'm not sure if we've gone over this recently, but you had two top areas, and the second highest was your intuition, which is right
Right.
here, your
Right.
third eye.
Yeah.
And but your highest area was your solar plex, which is slightly above your belly button. Okay.
Mm.
If you could believe it, okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you. I'm going to ask you these questions. Would you say, and not all of these words, but some of these words describe your current environment, your current stage of life? Aggression, overly dominating towards others, or low self-esteem?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
So knowing those three things, and let's just pick one. I'm just going to pick low self-esteem. You don't need to share which ones.
Sure.
Um, if you have low self-esteem, that is going to be harder for you to be seen.
Right.
That is going to be harder for you to speak your voice.
Right.
So we need to get there in small incremental steps. It's not a matter of getting
Tomorrow
on
you get
stage or doing
confidence.
your podcast, but it's a matter of continuing to practice, because I know you've got your own
Yeah.
podcast, and
Right.
that is going to help you be seen, and that is going to help you with your voice,
Yeah.
and that is certainly going to help you with your confidence,
Confidence, exactly. Which is the
right?
opposite of low self-esteem, right?
It is,
Yeah.
right? So, and when you're in balance, you're confident, you're motivated, you're purposeful, you're reliable, you're responsible. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is firing on all cylinders once you have your confidence.
Okay. So, yes, when in confidence, without being arrogant, a person feels self-motivated, they have a sense of purpose. But when somebody is out of balance, they struggle with lower self-esteem, they have trouble making decisions, and they have control issues.
Okay.
And then, okay, and physically imbalances in this area in your solar plex can show up in your body as fatigue, overeating, excessive weight around the stomach,
Mm.
and digestive system disorders such as IBS, ulcers, hypoglycemic, and diabetes.
Interesting.
Interesting, right? So the whole goal with doing the alignment assessment, which I know you've done a while back, so for me to bring it up and to see your body language and to hear what you've already said tells me it's still in alignment. It's still where you need to focus.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So at the end of the day, if Ramona decides to do the work that she needs to do to help in this area, she's going to feel energized, focused, empowered, and completely aligned with life.
Yeah.
That sounds easy, doesn't it? It sounds worth
It
it, doesn't it?
does. Yeah.
So stop for a second and think. And again, you don't have to tell me, but what's on the other side of this? If you were to do the work in this area and increase your confidence, what's
Hmm.
on the what's on the immediate other side of that for you? If you took 3 months to work on your confidence,
Yeah.
what is the one result you expect to see in 3 months?
Um, get a job.
Okay. Do you think your confidence has to do with you getting a job?
Yeah, I feel like when you're reading a job description and you tell yourself I can't do this job, or if you get an interview or don't get an interview, what happens after that? Your confidence gets shot if you get rejected. And then, walking into that interview with the confidence is what that employer is going to see. Like this person knows what's going on. They know what they want. They know how to get it. But you go in and you're like, what's this job about? Do you want to give it to me or not? That's not going to get you the job.
True, true. Okay. Now, the only reason I was asking about that because there is another point that you brought up earlier during your introduction. Where did I put it? I agree with what you're saying with parts of what you just said, how confidence shows up differently in environments that you need to shine,
Right.
right? You need to stand out. You need to be that I need to have her person, especially when it comes to the job hunt. But there's
Yes.
another piece to being hired, and that is a piece, the majority of it, which is outside of your control.
Yes. There
Getting
is.
a job is an outward way of you proving your confidence.
Yes.
What is an inward way of you doing that?
Yeah, so if you look at my daily life, I would love to just wake up in the morning, know exactly what I'm going to do, have no negative thoughts, right? It's that negative self-thinking that talks you out of getting done what you want to get done that day and causes that fatigue, like, oh, I'm tired, maybe I'll just go back to bed, or I can leave that for tomorrow. So just knowing, like, you get out of that bed and you're raring to go, you're just ready, like, with everything that you've tasked yourself with, you're confident that you can accomplish it all because you've managed your time, you've managed your habits, and you've figured out that this is what I can do in an hour. And so if I can do that for 4 hours straight, take my, hour breaks, get a little stretch break in between, still, practicing that self-care, getting your balance in, but being more productive is really my number one goal right now. And I think with confidence, I can do that because the self doubts, the negative thinking is really dragging me down right now in getting things accomplished.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you.
Okay. What a threat.
I would take it as a threat because this is a hard one for a lot of people to swallow.
Okay.
So again, for anybody that's kind of paying attention, when it came to her first goal, she said her job. And then she said being more productive. And I am once again challenging her. So it's very much like we are asking why multiple times.
Okay.
Okay. So it's like I'm like a child saying, why? But I am. Okay, so we're gonna go as deep as we can here. Why do you think being more productive will help you with your confidence?
Okay. Why do I think being more productive will help me with my confidence? Okay, so it's the opposite, actually. So if I just start being more productive, then I know that crossing things off my to-do list gives me confidence, makes me happier, feels like I'm doing something. I'm being either productive to society. I'm either, taking things off my list that have maybe been on my list for 2 years. So that's just going to give me that momentum of like, look it, I can do it. And tomorrow I'm going to do it again. And then tomorrow I'm going to do it again. And right now I'm seeing myself as like the past 2 years. If I just told myself, just do one thing instead of doing nothing, I still could have gotten 352 days things, 356 things done, right? So it's like the regret, do not regret. I don't want to use the word regret because I've been told there are no regrets in life, but it's just going back in time and saying, well, that time has been not efficient, not productive, and not confident boasting. So
Yes.
let's start today, October 18th, and say, let's start today. Let's
Okay.
get everything off that list. And as I start seeing my productivity improve, I will start to believe in myself. I can do it. Right. And that instills confidence.
It does. It instills confidence in a way that we're used to in society
Mhm.
by showing what we're capable of.
Yeah.
So I will completely agree with the fact that it does instill confidence in that area, but
It's
that's not
still
the
a
ch
balance because you
that's
could
not the
do
challenge.
Yeah, you can do 20 things in a day and then the next day you're exhausted. So you've got to find what's right for you, what's enough, what's also including the self-care, right? You can do 50 things that are productive, but who's going to take care of you the next day when maybe you were in the garden and your back is aching? So it's finding what you're capable of, what's efficient for you. I feel like everybody has their own ability to be productive, and one person and another person aren't going to accomplish the same number of things in a day, but what works for you and reassures you that, hey, I was able to do this. And actually, I didn't think I could do it. That's also confidence. Just being
It's
able to
used
do things that you didn't think you were capable of.
well, and that's a lot of what I do because I love witnessing people push past that threshold. And there's an exercise I love to do, a visual.
Okay.
Um, all right, we'll do it. We'll do
Okay.
it. So take your arm, one arm out, okay? But you're gonna take the arm and go and look back as far as you can look back. Get that landmark in mind, and when you're ready, come back to center.
All right.
Okay? Have you done this
Yes.
one before?
No.
Okay. So now take that same arm and I
Okay.
want you to see. Remember, you just brought yourself as far as you thought you could go, right?
Yes.
I want you to try it again and see if you can push past that point. And
Okay.
if you can push past it, how far can you go this time?
Okay.
Ready?
Let's go. Oh my
Come back to center when you're ready.
Okay. I would say like 1 or 2 degrees, but I was like the first time I'm like that's not 90. I'm not at 90 degrees, right? Like to completely turning like or 180 or whatever you would say from front, 180 behind. So the second time I got to 180, I would say I did
You
get
got
there.
further,
I thought I would go even beyond. See, this is your expectations now, right?
but you
But
went further than where you originally thought you could go. You
that's right.
step one was to go as far as you could possibly go. So
And
you
now
pushed yourself to as far as you could possibly go. Within seconds, you did
further.
it again and you went just a little bit further.
True.
Okay. But thank you for being real. Your expectations were here.
Yes.
So we know right now, physically, based on that exercise, that's not a match. That's going to keep you out of alignment. That's going to keep you sitting in not good enough.
Yeah, the mindset, right?
Okay. So your challenge,
Hmm,
what if you only do 1 or 2 small tasks a day?
I can do that.
Okay. Small
Small.
tasks a day. I'm not talking a 4 or 5, 8 hour project like cleaning out the garage.
Right.
I'm
Right.
thinking if organizing is on your list of things that would, if you consistently do it, have a difference at the end of the day and make you feel good,
Mhm.
start with a drawer.
Okay.
Okay.
Small.
Start with not an office, not the laundry room,
Yeah.
a drawer would be task one. And if it's 8 hours to go through that drawer, no. We're talking like a 45 minute, 20 minute, 45 minute, 5 minute job. I don't
There you go.
care. Okay.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
not a big project, but this is something I want, like, if you decide to start. And for every task you give yourself, I want you to triple that in self-care
Oh, wow.
for
That
you.
sounds so guilty.
There we
You know
go.
what I mean?
There we go. So now you're going to journal the word guilty.
All right.
Why does that make you feel guilty?
Triple. I mean, come on, 1 for 1.
No, triple. Here are some examples, and you can Google and find your own. You can cook yourself or your family a nice meal.
Okay. That's
Okay.
self-care.
You can listen to music.
Sure.
You can go for a walk. You can have a bubble bath. You can sit there and read a book.
Okay.
Okay. You can, I don't know, write a book. You can
Paint, draw something.
paint, you can draw, you can color, you can spend half an hour outside daydreaming or staring at the clouds. You can do a 5 minute meditation.
Yes.
You can combine a walk and meditation in your ears. There's a two for
Two. Yeah.
relaxing music while you're cooking dinner or while you're maybe doing the prep while nobody's home and then cooking it together.
Right.
Or maybe it's a bubble bath with a magazine. Like right now, you are not alone in the thinking that producing means a sense of purpose.
Right.
I struggled in this area for a very long time, but so I'm going to be completely honest. When your health acts up, when your job insecurity is non-existent, when your business is slow and all of this is happening together, you need to know how to take care of yourself. As we age, we need to know how to take care of ourselves. Part of your homework is to learn how to take care of yourself, and that jumping into producing and doing more is only putting you back into what wasn't working.
Yes. Right. It's like the endless grind. It doesn't have a beginning and an end. Like
Right?
there's always going to be work to do. So we have to mentalize that and just say, either I'm going to do it today or I'm going to do it tomorrow, but I'll feel happier if I cross it off my list today. But I better be getting a reward, a self-care reward once I do it.
Yeah, and that's a great way of looking at it. to get started is to attach the change with the reward. Most of us, well, all of us have been potty trained by now, I hope.
Mm.
And when we were potty trained, there was a reward, whether it was good girl or something our
Candy or
parents
something.
had to do to convince us to pee on the potty, right?
Yes.
Whatever it was for your family. And so we are reward as a society. I know there's always a few exceptions. We are highly reward driven.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Find out what your rewards are. I don't know if you know this. I used to, and I still love to collect coffee cups. I just kind of slowed down for a little bit. But
Yes.
one day I had bought myself a coffee cup and I left it in a box in front of my work desk. And it sat there for 3 weeks until I hit my goal.
Okay.
And then I was allowed to have it. Right. And
Yeah.
things have changed. My life right now has slowed down so much more. And I would rather help you learn self-care now
Mhm.
versus waiting till it's something you have no choice but to focus on.
Sure. Exactly. You end up with burnout.
You have the time. Invest in yourself, and it doesn't have to be financially. I mean, I know we're doing this pro bono because of the work that you do and the work that I do, and that we're kind of collaborating on this one. But for everybody else listening to this, I'm going to guarantee you something. The more money you put on the table, the more you're going to show up.
Yeah, it's
Don't
true.
let that scare you. There is a psychological perspective that free is worthless.
Wow.
So you know for a fact when you pay very little for a gym membership, it's not a big deal if you don't go.
That's true.
You know for a fact
Yeah.
if McDonald's is $5, it's okay to eat it because it's cheap,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
For instance. Not that I'm
mhm.
eating McDonald's anytime soon. But anyways,
No, you don't want
no, I'm happy with how I feel now.
to. Yes.
So but Ramona, you need to remember your goals that you're working towards. You're working towards being confident.
Yeah.
Confident comes inward. And right now you're still looking at outward.
Yes, and also it's a qualitative, goal, which I'm not used to as an engineer,
Right.
right?
So make this a quantitative goal. Put this on your habit tracker and buy
Okay.
X amount of tracks. If I
Yes,
go 10 days in a row, then I get a reward
of accomplishing things, right? Even small
of
tasks.
whatever that task is.
Yes.
Yes.
By
So
being
we are,
productive.
I say we are reverse engineering it. We are working towards something and we just don't have we have a vague thing right now. I'm leaving that up to you, right?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So we're going to become confident within ourselves and our abilities that we don't care if anybody likes or dislikes or because it's up to us right now. And we'll find our own purpose. And sometimes what starts as this stays like this, it just gets bigger and bigger, and you have more opportunity to explore. And then eventually the right fit falls, right? The
Okay.
right fit falls into your lap, or you're networking and you're smiling and you're having fun, or maybe you're playing pickleball, or maybe you're at a celebration and something's different about you. Your shoulders are
Mhm.
back, you're a lot more relaxed, and you're more,
I'm wondering if I should make a note of all the times that I can recall being confident in my life. I'm sure I've experienced it at some point,
yeah, that's a great
right?
call. If you can remember what you were wearing or what color comes to mind when you think of those times or what feelings come to mind and
Feelings, yeah,
what made those feelings happen.
yeah,
So let's talk about some strategies that you can implement right away.
sure.
Okay, now some people have heard this, some people haven't. It's different for everybody. I put together a customized solution for Remona.
Ooh, nice.
Yep, yep. But the same three steps apply. So if somebody's doing the alignment assessment,
Yeah,
it is now part of a three-part human design process, which is really, really cool. And I'm not going to dive into that, but I'm letting you know it is still available. Let me know. And like I said, we have some giveaways. So the first one is that book. The second one is I will go over a free assessment to somebody. I will pick a name. So go fill out the assessment and I will go over it with you. and I will do it completely for free as a draw for all of everybody who does complete an assessment, an alignment assessment.
Nice.
Just making a note. Free overview. Perfect.
You're
Okay,
gonna tell me 3 steps. I'm gonna
three
write them
steps.
down. Okay.
Perfect. So essential oils. Have you ever used essential oils?
Yes, we talked about that. So I've gotten myself some cassia, which is cinnamon, right?
Yep. Yep.
And I think
Okay.
musk was one of mine. I think sandalwood was one of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So
remember.
are you've nailed them. Saffron, musk, sandalwood, ginger, and cinnamon.
Ginger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have some of those scents
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really
How do
like
you
eucalyptus. It helps with my lungs.
okay, so how do you use these now?
So I actually have a necklace that holds essential oils.
Nice.
Yeah, so the eucalyptus is in there 24/7 because
And
it's
then
those.
how about these ones that we're
Yes.
talking about?
So these ones are on my desk. So honestly, Sonia, we talked about what I need, but we didn't talk about how to use them.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about how to use them.
Okay.
So when you're journaling, because journaling is self-care,
Yeah.
doing a deck of cards and reflecting on that is self-care,
Yeah.
right? Sitting still and having a cup of tea is self-care.
Yeah.
So setting up your essential oil, you can use a diffuser.
Yeah.
You can use the same thing like the necklace that you have, but sometimes there's beads instead on a bracelet that you can put
Beads,
them on.
right? Okay.
You can just put a couple drops in your hands and smell them before you get started, or put them on your neck so you
Okay.
can smell them, or behind your ear. Depending on the version, there are some holistic ones that I have no problem with you putting on your body. So if you're sensitive, try a patch. Yeah, I know like doTERRA and the other one that is, who is it? Do you know?
I have pure. I don't know if that
Oh,
counts
I
as
don't
well.
know. Actually, I think Pure is fine as well. And there's another essential oil company that I can't think of, but they're really, really good too. So
Okay.
Melaleuca and that one, and
Yeah.
doTERRA.
There.
So those are all good.
Okay.
Oh, Essential Living. No, Young
Oh,
Living. Young Living.
young living? Oh, okay.
I think so. I think that's what it was called. So
Okay.
those ones, again, I have no problem with, those ones touching your skin. They're all pretty really good.
Yeah.
It's the cheaper ones I don't recommend just because I don't know. So
Right.
affirmations. So there are specific
Affirmation.
affirmations for you here.
Okay.
And I want to bring up something that you said.
Okay.
Readiness means being responsible and taking action. So I'm going to call you out on something here.
Okay.
We talked a long time ago. You said that you have the oils, but you didn't know how to use them.
Right.
Okay. If there's ever anything in our sessions that you forget, reach out.
Yeah.
Be accountable to yourself. And this, ladies and gentlemen listening in, this is an essential piece because sometimes we hit a low and we can't do much. Sometimes life gets busy and we don't remember. And there is no guilt, there is no right, wrong. I'm just steering you into a direction where I can be of assistance,
Hmm.
right? Soaking in these scents, we don't know if it's made a difference at this point because we didn't
Exactly.
try it. So,
Yeah.
any questions along the way, feel free to reach out. Something so simple, but
I'll
as an
tell
engine,
you that I just smelled the cassia now and I feel more alert.
oh,
So look at that.
really? Okay,
See?
so that could be a
Right?
journal entry. That could be a little
Yeah.
test for you.
Yeah.
Um, so I know you went through the Getting Started guide book,
Yes. The 30
and there was
days. Yes.
lots of affirmations in there.
They were.
I want to give you some specifics, but then I want to hear how that worked out for you, okay?
Okay.
And then
Sure.
and then we'll go through the third exercise here. Let me just
It's
make
good.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna love the third exercise. So
Okay.
these affirmations, I feel
Yeah.
motivated to pursue my purpose.
Okay.
Okay. You had shared with me in the past that when you say this, you feel motivated and not tired.
Yes.
So, ladies, we talked about this about either 6 months ago or a year ago. And Ramona can still sit here and say she agrees with the statement,
Yeah.
which is her honest way of telling herself, I get this. This makes sense. I'm going to try it again.
Yeah.
Okay. It
Yeah.
was either overwhelming or it wasn't initiated or it wasn't the right time. And again, there is nothing wrong with those things I said. It's being aware. Because if it wasn't important to you, you wouldn't be here today. So it still
Yeah.
matters to you.
Right? It still
Simple as
matters, of
that.
course. Yeah.
It still matters. Maybe it's worse, maybe it's not,
Yeah.
but you're never late. You're always on time. So your level of readiness wasn't where it is today.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
Okay. Or we would still be at that first step.
Yes. Yeah.
You wouldn't have said yes to this call. You
Right.
wouldn't have been open to curiosity and what else, where else things could lead.
That's true. Because I like
Okay.
to think that I'm vulnerable. See, I can be open to vulnerability.
Sounds like it. Okay. Here was another one that you liked.
Okay.
The only thing I need to control is how I respond to situations.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
There's one
Um,
more.
two situations. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have
Third.
the courage to create positive change in my life.
Yeah. I like these ones.
Oh, okay.
But I want to ask you, when do you say these? How do you say these?
Okay.
Do you open
Perfect.
up a Zoom call and talk to yourself? What do you do?
Um, I, for my affirmations, I actually go to YouTube at this point and I listen to an affirmation channel. I just put 5 minute affirmations in and I'll listen and do them.
I like that.
I end up getting some favorites.
Okay.
Um, in a case like this where there's homework assigned or you've gone through the book or you're working through my toolkit, which is
Yes.
absolutely free as well, everybody go to the link in my bio and you too can get your toolkit. Um, I can you take over for just a minute, Ramona, while I put
Okay.
myself on mute? I know. You
Sure.
can
All
talk to
right.
me about
Oh
you
my
can talk to us
goodness.
about your affirmations in your
I
book.
will
I
do
just need to
so.
take them.
Okay. So, as Sonya said, a year ago, we talked about these affirmations, and it's so funny that a year later, these still ring true for me. So, when I told her these were affirmations that I liked, they're amazing. It's just, practicing gratitude and saying stuff to yourself out loud. I don't know, in the mirror or when you're on a walk. Like, yes, I mentioned I'm in a witch's hat and a Freddy Krueger dress, but still, I don't want to be that crazy chick on the street? So I'm going to tell you, I've written down affirmations because I work so closely with Sonya. I feel so bad that I don't follow what she recommends for me to make my life better because I do want to make my life better. But I'm just tearing it off right now because I'm going to start my new life today. And this is what I have. Okay. I have complete power over my well-being. I breathe deeply and easily. See, this is great. I'm doing affirmations to you guys right now. So I could do this on a podcast every time. I'll do a podcast every time I do an affirmation. I'm just going through my affirmations that I had written down for myself to recite daily, but I've written them down, put them on the side of my desk, never looked at them. Third one, I nurture myself. Fourth one, my body is getting stronger and stronger each day. And fifth one, I radiate health and vitality. And I think Sonia and I have talked enough today about my self-worth and self-confidence that I just can't say these things out loud, like with authenticity.
Well,
So
and
let's
that's
talk about how I can do these three that you've told me, which I
yep,
love, in a way that I don't feel like somebody might overhear me and judge me, you know?
perfect. And
Can I
saying them
whisper
out
them
loud
into
is
my
powerful.
pillow or
Well,
sorry.
and saying them out loud is powerful. Like out loud to yourself in the mirror, that would
Yeah,
be the ultimate goal. But what if you just wrote them down three
just
times
write them
each?
down. Right. They
Just
don't have to be out loud, right?
right. They don't have to be out loud. You can say
Yeah.
them in your head. If you're somebody that commutes, you can write them down on a sticky pad and stick them
Vicky,
on your
yes.
steering wheel
That's what I
or
had these
on
ones,
the
yeah.
back of your phone. Like
Where I
these
can
are
see them every day, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if saying something out loud doesn't work, if doing it a certain way isn't for you, I love what you said about trying differently, and I'm grateful that you were able to share some of your favorites from the book as well.
Right, right.
Um, life seems to be happening. My oldest daughter's guy, not my grandson, but her boyfriend is going in for a second surgery in 24 hours. So we're
Goodness.
just kind of making sure he's okay. So I do apologize, but I appreciate.
Serious stuff. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, we've got one with an Cora's ALS and
ACL, yes.
ACL,
And that was
ACL,
Chopper's
and then
fault.
Chopper gave Brooke a concussion, and
Oh, the
and now
concussion, right?
I'm
Yes.
like,
Too much.
okay.
Too much going on. Life
And
happens, right?
this is why the self-care. This is
Yes.
why the self-care. This is why I fill my cup every day with my first hour of the day. I've noticed the last 2 days, my vibration has
Mm.
been even higher than it's been recently.
Okay.
And the only thing I've done different is I went back to meditating for 5 minutes first thing. And
Nice.
then I went to my journal with my cards.
Okay.
And between journal reflection, meditation,
Yes. Gratitude.
gratitudes were in there as well. There's a gratitude
Journal.
book. I
Okay.
was dressed and ready to go to Aquafit for 8:30, and this
Okay.
was getting
Yes.
up at like 7:15. But I didn't do any of my creative stuff, and I didn't do my Bible app, and I didn't do another app that I'm doing. But
Right.
that's okay. I filled my cup up to the point where my vitality, my energy is one of the highest it's been in a very, very long time.
Awesome.
Right. And it feels good to feel so good and to share that light. So,
Yeah.
um, you're gonna
But
weave this.
meanwhile, sorry, I was just gonna say, in reality, you're also getting phone calls from
Yes.
kids who are telling you bad news, which is hard to stay positive, right? And it's just like, just to do a meditation without thinking about what's going on right now in your life. Like you're just at such a high vibration in general, Sonia. It's like, wow, how did I get there? I'm so far below you, right? Because it's
Okay.
just life happens.
Life does happen. And yes, you would
And
think I
I
would
feel
be a little
like,
bit more, but I'm not.
right? And
And
I
this
feel like
is
when life happens, that day I don't get to fill my cup. That's where I'm at right now.
okay. Start your day
Okay.
differently.
Yeah, right. Take my
Start your
time.
day
Be
differently.
selfish.
Well,
Be
it's not selfish.
selfish.
No, no, we're dishing the word. We are dishing the word. Do you
Stop.
have a book, Your Story
Stop.
Matters?
I have your story matters.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe
Right?
that should be part of your
Okay.
self-care exercise.
Start reading this. Okay. No matter
Put
what's
yourself,
going on, what
actually, I'll send you
alarms
the
are buzzing
course.
around me, I'm sitting
I'll
here,
send you the course, Ramona.
right?
If
And I'm
I get through.
reading.
Guys, I have a course for that book. Okay, I've got one
Self-care,
more
not
for.
selfish.
It's
Go
not
ahead. Yes.
selfish. It's actually, think of it, we are the generation right now and our parents that are living longer than anybody ever has.
It's
But our
true.
parents
Yeah.
don't know anything about self-care. Like they know the bare minimum, if that,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
that. And they still probably think getting their nails done is self-care, where in fact it's not. It's not really comfortable sitting there for an hour. I hate it. I love getting them done. I mean, they look good on their own right now, but sitting still for an hour, but my feet, on
Um,
the other hand,
that's
there
for
we go.
you. Yeah,
But
feed is good.
it's changed, right? You life's going to slow down for us anyways. Let's do it at our own accord. I promise you this, when you step out of the masculine do, you are going to
Yes.
attract so much more in your feminine, which is going to make you sexier from the inside out on so many levels.
All
Yes, yes,
right.
sexier for yourself. Okay, let's talk about this homework piece that I've put together. And I'm sure this is
Right.
going to ring a bell. So remember, we are talking about Ramona's solar plex chakra. Everything she talked about today, her readiness, looking backwards versus forward, the feelings of vulnerability, all of this fell under her solar plexus, which is her confidence. And we unpacked that through different areas, and we also recognized two things. She's not sure yet what she wants to be when she grows up, which is normal. Think of your funeral. Okay, this is normal. We want to revisit this question often. This is like we want to
Okay.
do vision boards often, once or twice a year.
It's
Because when
true.
we start doing this work, we're growing so quickly that I can show you my vision boards next time you're over, Ramona, and you'd be like, check, 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 check. And one day I'll be doing the travel one and all of them will check.
Nice.
Headphone. I was worried about this.
Oh, it got a
Oh
lot louder.
no.
Oh, it's been off the whole time?
Did
It's
I lose
okay.
both?
I'm gonna turn my volume down. One's gone. Is that it? Oh no, now we've lost
Oh,
all of it. Oh, okay. You can hear me, right?
okay, I'm in. I'm good.
Perfect. Perfect. Yes.
Okay, just for a few more minutes. I don't know how long they're gonna last, but we'll see.
Okay.
We've
Yes.
been
So
chatting for
we're
a
doing
bit.
number 3 now, which
We're
is a
doing
homework.
your third homework piece, okay?
Yes.
So I'm just letting everybody know this information wasn't pulled from anywhere. She confirmed what we were going to talk about based on our conversation today. And in the past, she had done a report, the alignment assessment. So, Ramona, you're going to write a list of everything you have to do,
Okay.
okay?
Everything,
Um,
everything. Like
everything,
years
everything.
from now, even.
I'm going
Right?
to give you a list. I'm going to give you some examples right now. And
Yeah.
I can share this document with you afterwards that I put together so you don't have to write everything
Keep
down.
reading
But
it. Yeah.
for instance, do the laundry,
Okay.
write
Okay.
a report, or it could be do the book, be nicer to my neighbor, pay a bill, wash the dishes,
Okay.
spend more time with my family, kids, parents, spelt wrong, but parents. Um, clean out the garage, lose some weight, eat better, exercise more. Whatever your things are that you want to do, your major task list, everything that you have to do, write it down. Give yourself 10, 15, 20, 30, 100. That's up to you.
Okay.
Okay. It might be long.
Sure.
Notice how that feels. The weight of that. If you need to give it a color or a feeling, do so. Write it down. Um, I want you to reread the list once you're done.
Okay.
Okay. And instead of the have tos, I want you to replace it with choose to.
Choose. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Here is the extension to that. I choose to because,
Okay.
as in, I choose to pay my bills because I want to keep a good credit score.
Yeah.
Now, I revised this one to make it a goal, I think, at the time, or I just revised it. I I choose to pay my bills on time
Yeah.
because I want to keep a good credit score. So just, you know, I choose to eat better because it makes me feel good. Again, if that one's too vague for you, or if that's perfectly vague enough,
No.
and we'll unpack this one a little bit later, eating better is vague. It can be a better
Yeah.
choice than what you made yesterday, and that's better.
Right.
It doesn't have to be all of a sudden all I eat is spinach salads and
You're
smoothies.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Lost it. Okay. Lost one. The other one's still working.
I can't
Ish.
hear you.
No.
Hmm.
Can we go without the headphones?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
I cannot hear you though.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh, let me chat.
All right, we've got a little bit of
No, we're coming to you. Yeah. No. Okay. Mhm.
okay.
Now I can hear you.
So
Yep.
oh, I don't hear anything. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, guys, what we're gonna do for sake of time is I am gonna close this off. I was concerned my headphones were going to go because we did talk for quite a bit. I am going to put Ramona's show information, my show information all together in the show notes with a whole bunch of links, including my link tree. And when you're ready, Ramona is going to meet you on the mountain meditating and levitating. How does that sound, friends? Have an amazing day.
Love
Ramona,
it.
thank you so much for being a guest. And if you use any of this clip for letting me be a guest on your
You're
show,
welcome.
have
Thanks so
yourself an
much, Sonia.
amazing day. Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you.